Hey everybody, what's up? All right. Double Deuce back with a chopper build. I'll do an update on it for everybody, and I'll show you what direction it's going in and what's in my head. So stay tuned. So you can see everything's in the larva stage here. It's kind of roughed out. Let me get some pieces here. So what I've done, according to the scale of the engine itself, I use 1/4 inch brake tubing. You can buy it by the, feet, 60-inch section, usually what I buy. It's cheap, and if you get a decent bender, which I probably have one over here somewhere, you can do a lot with it. There we go. Now, these are tubing benders, okay? So, a lot of people say to me, hey, how do you scratch build stuff? How do you make stuff? And I'll tell you, to me, it comes natural. I don't know why. I can look at something. Maybe it's because I've been in the auto body business all my life. And you have to repair things sometimes. You don't always put on new parts. And some vehicles have like different body lines, especially nowadays, So you have to look at the other side to see the side you're straightening to make sure it's right, And so maybe that's where it comes into play. I could probably get into more depth with that, but it takes an eye for, detail and art sometimes to, do auto body work. However, these are your mechanical tools now for your mechanics. This is a 1/4 inch tubing bender. It comes in 1/4 inch and 3/16. And this one here I bought years ago to make really small, tight turns because I like to make headers. And this is from Snap-on Blue Point. Believe it or not, I use these more than anything right here. Now, you see I got a bunch of pieces here made, and that's to finish up my frame, you see. So I'll weld these together, and it doesn't take long to come up with a, for me, let's see, I was at work there Friday, and I was working on a quarter panel of a Jeep. I was replacing it, and so I started thinking, because when you're working, you don't always think about the job you're working on. You always think about, other things, So I thought, at lunchtime, I'm going to whip out a frame real quick. So I cut it all apart lunchtime, and then in the afternoon, in my break, I kind of hacked it, welded together, and this is the frame that I had come up with. And there's not a lot of measuring going on here, you know what I mean? It's basic, simple math, bend it here, bend it there, know your separation lines, and your bolt holes got to be 17 millimeters apart for the mount, stuff like that. And so this is how I build something. I rough it out, and I get a visual in my head of what I want. So now I already know that this bar here has to come down a little bit more. It has to come down just above that top of that pan head right there. And this here has to come back a little bit because I want to set the engine down further into the frame. Those are the things you don't really consider when you're in a hurry. But unfortunately, sometimes that's the only way I can do things, is in a hurry. So I had these sweet belted RC wheels here, and I thought, it's like I actually got these for my Dodge Charger build that I'm still in the larva stage with, and I'll get to that down the road. I know everybody's asked me a lot about that Charger build, and I was building it for my brother, and he passed away, so it kind of like, the motivation kind of went away on that. But now that I see, the new toy V8 coming out or something, I might slam a Charger build together or something. Or I do have a couple of other 6 scale cars. I got the oh, I can't remember the name of the company that made them, but I do have like a 2010 Camaro SS, and I got a few other bodies there. I could squeeze that toy V8 in, or one of these. You know, you never know. This is the first bike I've ever built. So I'm going off of internet pictures. I'm going to make it. I used the frame setup off an early 60s hardtail is what I'm making the frame from. Now the front, the forks on the thing are going to be, you see I set up a visual here of where I want them at. They're going to be dual forks, and I don't know if they call that a Springer front end on it, where they got the little springs on the bottom and let it rock. I might do that one. Depends if I can find the springs that I need to put it together. So now when I had done this all up, you can see I got the engine set in there, and I got my CDI here, and I'm going to put my Ovonic batteries here too. Once I lower this down, now it's going to come down for a little seat and then a fender, you know. So the forks, I don't know yet. I may make them out of stainless tubing, because the stainless can be hardened and polished. So I might have to get to that one when I get to that point. But first off, like I say, I just wanted to strap a gas tank on it and get it fired up in the frame to see how it reacted in the frame. And it's a lot more controllable, I should say. Now with this big wide tire on the back, I've got some stability. And the cool thing about it is the mounts that I have here for, I'm going to build for this tire back here, because I'm going to run a chain or a belt drive to the engine itself with a clutch. And it'll probably be a direct drive like a mini bike. It's not going to be a gearbox or nothing, because that gets pretty complicated. But this is more of a display shelf queen, but I do want it to, function, So back to the tire. The tire is nice and thick, so it gives it stability. And I might put the pegs out here, the foot pegs out here, and on the, inner parts of the foot peg, I may put a good sized bearing. So that way there, it'll, if it tips over a little bit, it'll ride on the bearing and it won't fall over, That's why I want to get the center of weight down as far as I can to the bottom. Now back here, being I have a complete set of these, I can make this into a 3-wheeler very easily. I can actually remove this tire and then add the 2 wheels on the back and make a 3-wheeler out of it for, just for something different. But I kind of wanted to give it that West Coast Choppers, Orange County look, I haven't picked the color out yet. This is, like say, all in the larva stage. Now you're going to see this really wacky front tire here. This is a Matco Tools coaster for your drinks. And I bought these because of the scale tire that was on them. And, when you're at work and I see things like this, and the guy comes in and he's like, hey, we got these on sale for Christmas gifts, So I bought, and it comes with 4 in a pack, I didn't really care about the coaster itself. What I cared about was the aluminum, slug in the center and the tire that fits it. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to machine out this aluminum center here, and I'm going to get a piece of Lexan that's see-through, and then I'm going to screw it from the outside in to have a clear Lexan front wheel with a, an axle and a bearing in the front of it there, So now I have to go search for, some 1/4-inch pitch chain and some workable aluminum so I can make a chain cover. The fuel tank, I touched on that before about, using a spoon and all that stuff. And I thought about it, and I thought, well, it's like, depends on, being it's a custom bike, I might be able to make like a coffin style tank. It'd be really easy because they're all flat sides to make a coffin style tank on the thing. So I might go there, and from here on in, I'm just going to kind of wing it with ideas I got in my head. I didn't expect to get this far with it today, to be honest with you, but it is what it is. So, but this is the update on this. I'll put a link below for the Cison V-Twin, and I'll also put a link below for the new Toy V8. Super deal on that engine. I mean, I just put up a video before this one on my thoughts on it, and I think it's going to be a contender. I think it's going to be okay. So, you know, I'm still watching things evolve. I'm standing in the shadows watching this thing. You know, they put the videos out because a lot of times, you know, we kind of buy things that are pre-sale. So this here was an awesome engine. You know, so it's I love it, and in this frame it shakes just like a real bike does. You know, but anyways, you know, like, share, subscribe if you want. Give me your thoughts below on my build. And like I say, I'm never too old to learn something. So you guys stay safe, man. And I'll catch you later, man. Adios.